What is going on? This is Sam going on for SAMOKFIT. Checking in with you guys. Guys are doing well, doing terrific, and we are back with another video. This is going to be a good video. A lot of people are definitely very interested in. You see the title of the video before click on it, so you know what I'm talking about, and that is how to get massive arms. Arm is one of those body parts that if you ask anybody, you could be in church, you could be at the grocery store, you could be pumping gas. I'm like, bro, nice arms. The way you pump that gas, everybody wants bigger arms. Typically, when I say big arms, I'm referring to biceps. Arms comprised of two parts, your biceps and your triceps. And your triceps is actually the biggest part of your arm. Meaning, because it's called triceps, 3 major muscles that comprise of your triceps, and bicep, 2 muscle groups that comprises of your biceps. So meaning again, regardless of what you do, a lot of times, yes, your tricep will always be bigger than your biceps, but bicep is still one of those things because the smaller group, if you can get that bigger, it definitely enhances the look of your overall arm shape. So when I say arms, I'm referring to how to get big, giant biceps. So why should you listen to me? You should listen to me because 1, I have massive arms myself, not to brag. I think I do have massive arms. And 2, I'm not just gonna be one of those people like, yeah, you should trust what I'm saying because I look jacked. No, I actually do know what I'm saying because I am a contest prep coach. I'm a physique coach. I've been a coach for the last 15 years and one of the coaches for the elite physique on RP Strength. And I've helped multiple people achieve the physique that they can definitely be proud of, and arms is definitely one of them. I will show you some of the logic that you should be using when you're choosing a certain movement when it comes to arm training, and I'll even tell you how many sets you should be doing and what kind of rep ranges you should be working with to make sure you are training your arms in an effective way so you can get a bigger arm result. Okay, I know you have your notepads ready, like, yo, Sam, give me those movements so I can go out to the gym and get after it. Let's pause for a second, let's take a breath, right? Like a therapist would say. But so before I give you the answer, I want to give you the logic behind it so you can definitely understand what the rationale, the reason behind this movement are. Why are you doing this movement to begin with? Once you understand it, you can actually carry that into any of your training movements. You can program the best training movements, hopefully maybe help your friends out. So before you choose any movement, I need you to consider 3 things. You need to make sure you are training your arms in 3 different ranges. You want to train your arms in the mid-range, you want to train your arms in the lengthened range, and you want to train your arms in the shortened range. The way you can think about your arm training is you want to train your arms in a position where you're going to put your shoulder in an extension or flexion. So when you put your shoulder in an extension, it allows you to obviously to lengthen your biceps. And when you train your arms in a shoulder flexion, it allows you to train your biceps in the shortened. Let's cover how to train your biceps in a lengthened range of motion or the long range of motion. So movements like incline dumbbell curls, movements like cable Superman curls, something that I program in any of my clients' program because again, those 2 movements would definitely allow you to train your arms in their lengthened range of motion. You can definitely use both, but personally, I prefer the cable movement rather than the dumbbell. And the reason why I prefer the cable or choosing the cable movement is because it allows you to keep that constant tension throughout the range of motion. And when it comes to the dumbbell curl, for instance, gravity can tend to take a little bit of the tension away at times. So when it comes to rep ranges for movements like an incline dumbbell curls, I like to keep that between 10 to 12 because anything above 12, a lot of times, you tend to lose form, the techniques tend to go out of the way. But movements like cable curls, for instance, where you can keep that constant tension, I like to keep that rep ranges between 12 to 15 rep ranges. So those are my 2 movements that I recommend for you to be doing or try to incorporate into your training program if you're trying to train your arms in their full lengthened range of motion. Let's cover the mid-range motion. The mid-range will be your movements like your standing cable curls, your barbell curls. Those are great movements. Again, allows you to train your biceps in their mid-range of motion. I would encourage you to use the mixture of dumbbells and cable movements because again, cable movements, I typically like them in the 12 to 15 rep range of motion because a lot of times when you push in that high rep range of motion, the 12 to 15, you can keep the stimulus and the technique a lot of times will not falter or will not fail you. When it comes to dumbbell curls, to a little bit of body English underneath, not to say you cannot throw body English when it comes to cable curls, but cable curls a lot of times will keep you honest. But like I said, I love that constant tension when it comes to cable curls, but I'm not saying dumbbell or barbell curls are not great by any means. They are all excellent movements and can definitely implement both. covering the short range of motion. The short range of motion will be movements like preacher curls. It could be a machine, it could be a dumbbell, it could be a cable. Whatever that decision is, that is up to you. What matters is you're training your biceps again in their short range of motion. So you're covering every aspect or every range of motion at which you can train your biceps, from the mid to the lengthen to the shortened range of motion. That's going to be dependent on your level of training. Are you a beginner? Are you intermediate? Are you at advanced? Well, I've noticed from my years of coaching, I definitely noticed most people can definitely handle training their biceps up to between 18 to 14 sets per week. And you are getting the right stimulus and you are recovering properly before your next set. However you want to spread out for the rest of the week, that will be up to you. And as a bonus, do not neglect your hammer curls too, because again, your forearms, your brachialis are part of your biceps too. When you are deciding to choose dumbbell hammer curls or cable or rope hammer curls, just think about the movements. Yes, you can add both, or you can just add one, and after one stales, you can definitely swap it out for something else. So you can start with just dumbbell hammer curls, see how far you can push that and progress that, and when that's not progressing anymore, then you can swap to something like rope hammer curl for a change of variety. All right, so hopefully with this video, you've got all the notes down. You can take all the notes, you can build out a strong arm training routine.